Hello, my name is Wade Meekum, and I'm a calibration technician here at Ophir Spiricon. Today, we're going to learn how to set up your power meter and to choose the proper wavelengths for your measurement. Ophir power sensors vary widely in wavelength sensitivity and must be configured to the proper wavelength for your measurement to be valid. Your Ophir sensor can store 6 favorite wavelengths which are set by the factory. Some customers believe that the sensor can only measure the 6 wavelengths configured in the sensor. You can actually change the 6 favorite wavelengths to any preferred value and change the default wavelength. I will demonstrate how to change the wavelength using a PD300 photodiode sensor with a VEGA meter. Using the navigation keys, I go into the laser function and you can see it displays the 6 favorite wavelengths. If I want to select one of those wavelengths, just arrow to that wavelength, press the select key, and you can see it has selected your wavelength. Now if I want to enter a custom wavelength, I go back into the laser function key, and from those 6 favorite, any of the 6, you press the right arrow key and brings up this modify screen. From the modify, you can enter any custom wavelength from 350 to 1100 nanometers. Now if you try and go above the 1100 nanometers, you can see when I press save, it brings up an error message saying I cannot exceed the 1100 nanometers. Now let's say I wanted to enter 1064 nanometers. To do that, just go through here, arrow through to the desired numbers, 1064, and then from there I hit save. Now you can see it's brought up the 1064 and my 6 favorite. To actually get that to select it, you press the select key and now you can see it selected at the top. If I want to change the default wavelength that my sensor starts up with, using the arrow keys, I select the menu function. From here I select configure and I arrow down to the laser function. From here you can see it displays my 6 favorite wavelengths. Let's say I select 1064 as my default wavelength to start up with. I select 1064, press save, and then exit. You can see it's brought 1064 as my wavelength I'm using now. And to make sure it's set as my default wavelength, I power the meter off, power it back on, and you can see that 1064 was saved as my default wavelength. And that's how easy it is to set up custom wavelengths on your Ophir sensor. If you have any questions, you can contact our customer service or visit us online. We'd like to thank you for picking Ophir Spiricon.